Good morning, Philadelphia Eagles fans, and good morning, NFL fans, to week 14 of the 2017 football season. This week, our Philadelphia Eagles look to bounce back after a disappointing defeat in Seattle and play our second game on the West Coast against the Los Angeles Rams. Now, yes, last week we played on Sunday Night Football, and we wanted to showcase to the entire NFL fan community what our Philadelphia Eagles are about. Where we've gained an identity during this season, and we're going to have a tough game against a tough opponent in their tough stadium, the Seattle Seahawks. As we know, what happened was we lost. I don't subscribe to the thought, the mentality, this speech that Seattle didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. Flat out, you play a game for most of the time, 4 quarters. And in the end, no matter what happens during the game, the best team for that day wins the game. And Seattle won the game 24-10, so taking nothing away from what the Seattle Seahawks did to us, we flat out lost the game. And for many reasons. Ultimately because we didn't score enough points. Or probably what made the game really frustrating for us as Philadelphia Eagles fans is that it looked like we were taking it out of our game. Something that we've become accustomed to. Good morning. Something we've become accustomed to this season is running the football consistently, passing a certain amount of times, limiting our mistakes, and calling an aggressive game. And that's exactly what we didn't do against the Seattle Seahawks, where we had turnovers, unnecessary turnovers, especially at the 1-yard line with the Wentz fumble. We didn't run the ball as much as we liked. Yes, I know it looks like we ran it 20 times, but we really gave up on the run during the game. And Wentz found himself passing it 45 times. And then the play calling, we were not aggressive. Yeah, Wentz found himself passing it 45 times, which is not a recipe for success for us. But then 4th and 1, or 4th and very short, one of the best teams in the league going for it then. And we choose not to do that? I don't care who we're playing. Yeah, we could be playing the Chicago Bears or the San Francisco 49ers, or we could be playing Seattle, and it doesn't matter. We need to stay who we are, no matter who the competition is, and we were taken out of that game. Including, we didn't even challenge that forward lateral Russell Wilson had. It was really close, so yeah, the refs might have missed it. But we could have taken an opportunity to slow things down and give ourselves a shot to win. We're challenging that and coming away with the ball back, 1-possession game. So yeah, it was a very frustrating defeat. But you know what? One of the reasons why I like doing this is because I'm not going to sit here and call for Doug Peterson's head like some people are doing. Or call for putting the blame on Carson Wentz and burying him underneath things that we can't control anymore because the past is in the past. We have to look at our Philadelphia Eagles right now being 10-2 and still being the 2nd seed in the playoff race. Yeah, we don't control our own destiny becoming the 1 seed right now, and I get it. We want to, because controlling our destiny makes all the difference in the world. If you look at some of the top contenders, people that are trying to get into the playoffs, or people that are controlling their destiny in the playoffs, you look at teams like Minnesota, which is playing very well. The best in the NFC right now. Atlanta and New Orleans. Those are all dome teams. If you look at where we're going to be playing tomorrow at 4:25 in LA, the high temperature is going to be 81 degrees. But here in Philadelphia, the high, I think, today is going to be 35 degrees, and it's supposed to snow in a couple hours down here in Philadelphia. So yeah, we want to have home field for more than just playing our team. You got to play our weather. You got to play our fans. You got to play our passion. You got to come to our house and play our football. We got to run the ball because that's what's consistent in the winter. When you really feel the winter like I feel right now. But it doesn't matter. I know it's cold. I don't care. We got to play Eagle football if we intend on winning the whole thing. So this week, what do? We stayed out in California for a week, practice at Angel Stadium. And first and foremost, I have to say, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's being affected right now by the California fires. I know when I was stationed out in Point Loma, what that meant for me. At the time, my girlfriend, now my wife. I was very concerned for her safety, and I didn't care so much about football and these other things that ultimately don't matter. It's about people, right? So thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's being affected about those fires, and I hope the firefighters stay safe and people do not continue to lose their lives on this natural disaster. But then moving on to football, the test does not become easier now this week. Good morning. Go Birds. Can I get a go Birds? Can I get a honk right there? Woo! We got people here on North Broad Street at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, just getting absolutely insanely hyped because 10 in the morning, we want to believe in something greater. And we're not going to be told no. We're going to keep fighting through all the adversity, all the negative talk, all the people that are waiting and watching us and trying to see this is the time that you're going to fail. Fine, you can have that mentality all that you want. I don't subscribe to that. I don't wake up in the morning thinking like that, and I'm not going to live like that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is about people. This whole thing is about people, which I'm going to bring up. Robin Davis. Yeah, Robin Davis, you get fan comment of the week. Not because you came up with some crazy analysis and really good. Jacob, I have to highlight you. Great analysis. I love it. You're showing heart and passion in what you're writing in. I love that. But Robin, there's a reason why you get top comment of the week. A, you're an Army wife, and I appreciate the service that your husband brings and your service as well, because it's not easy. Just ask my wife. She went through 2 deployments with me, and especially on a day like today where Army plays Navy here in Philadelphia, I have to give you a shout out. But also you made a comment saying that it's been hard for you to keep up with our sports and with Philadelphia moving around so much, and I completely understand that. But you love this video because it's being held right down here in Center City, Philly, right in the middle of North Broad Street. And it helps you think about home and how much you miss it. So Robin, you get top comment of the week. And you know what? I hope our Philadelphia Eagles can do something great for you to help you think more of home in a winning way. And what more can we do than to go out to LA and win? And then solidify at least the 2nd seed in the NFC playoffs and still have a shot at number 1. So what in the world do we have to do? Against Seattle is very obvious, Russell Wilson. As Russell Wilson goes, so does the Seattle Seahawks. Now Jared Goff is not the same quarterback as Russell Wilson. He's a very good quarterback, and he was picked, of course everybody's going to be talking about it, picked 1 pick in front of Carson Wentz. And right now, both picks seem like to be smart picks. I know he started off slow last year, but this year, he's coming on. And this team is 9-3. And it's a big part of that. Real good play calling by McVay. But he also has one of the best weapons in the NFL, Todd Gurley. So we're replacing the position in focus. It's no longer Russell Wilson and a quarterback. It's a running back with Todd Gurley. As Todd Gurley goes, so do the Rams. Because, like my analysis with our Eagles, the more we pass the ball, when Carson Wentz passes either 45 or 46 times a game, we lose. That happened against Kansas City, and that happened against Seattle. Well, outside of the one anomaly game against Houston, as Todd Gurley doesn't run the ball, LA loses. When he averages 15 carries a game, they've lost all 3 times. And like I said, against Houston, he had 11 carries, but they still won anyway because Houston's not doing too well without Watson now. But Todd Gurley isn't just a running back out of the backfield running it that way. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, which makes him a dual threat. He can do it all, and that's what a complete back does. So our #1 rushing defense has to stop Todd Gurley, and that's the recipe. You could talk about all sorts of other things, and their top wide receiver might not even play in Woods. And Ogletree on defense might not play, or he might be playing injured. Fine, I get it. We got to focus on Gurley. That's what we got to do for our defense to come up big. But as I alluded to, as Carson Wentz goes, our Eagles go as well. We have to run the football. We have to run the football. There's a lot of times we have the run option, which I would love to see 2 running backs in the backfield. I would love to see our big back to Ajayi or Blunt along with Clement, because I've noticed teams can run against a good Rams defense. But we have to run the ball. We have to limit the passive Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz, you have to be more accurate. I get it. The Los Angeles Rams right now are practicing the silent count in their own stadium because they expect that many Eagles fans to show up and be that loud in their stadium. That is stinking awesome. If you ask me, I think that's absolutely hilarious and great. That's showing the heart and how strong we are as a Philadelphia Eagles community, that we could travel across the entire country into the fire, literally, to support our team. How do you not get hyped up about that? This week we have an opportunity again to rise again, to learn from our mistakes, essentially to have a playoff type defeat in the regular season. So our season continues now, and we can change the story from what our season could potentially be and come away with a victory and get right back in one of the top seeds in the NFC. So I'm feeling extremely blessed to be here in Philadelphia in the cold, pre-snow today, Army-Navy game. But I'm looking forward to our city and our team representing out in LA. And I hope we come away with a win. And I hope we move that step closer to winning the whole thing and having a parade down here in Broad Street in February. So to the Birds, to all the people that gave shout outs today, live here on North Broad Street, let's go Birds, let's show our heart, let's beat the Rams. Go Birds, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Go Birds, and go Navy, beat Army.